We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman.
Teen rapist Jesse Butler of Oklahoma was taken into custody in March, accused of horrific crimes against at least 2 of his former girlfriends, including strangulation and rape by instrumentation.
I'll get you out. For me?
Look, I ain't gonna judge this kid because it just started. I get it, but I'll get you out. You hear me? You said he didn't do it. Multiple girls are accusing him of this. That's why he like that. Little mama's boy. I can tell already.
All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Andy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're on litigation, okay?
But in a shocking twist, despite entering a no contest plea to 11 charges, he walked free with a sentence of probation and counseling, causing...
Look at him. He walked free at the no contest. Oh, he feel like a rock star. He gonna kill somebody.
Outrage across the whole country.
What?
Well, I'll tell you what. We just got our hands on more police body cam footage that shows the moments before and after Butler's arrest, including his mom's apparently prickly reaction to a detective, his ride to the jail handcuffed in the back of a cop car, and his interactions with police officers. Also, we have newly revealed text messages that appear to...
Let's do it, Jesse.
Closely here on Law and Crime. The Stillwater, Oklahoma teen was charged with 11 counts. We are talking rape, attempted forced oral sodomy, strangulation, and this was in connection with 2 of his former girlfriends. They came forward about the abuse that they had suffered. Now, he may have entered a no contest plea over the summer, but the sentence, the outcome, this is what was shocking. There was a sudden reversal in court, which meant that the now 18-year-old wouldn't face nearly 80 years in prison, which was a possibility. I think a lot of people actually thought that. Instead, the judge gave him what is called youthful offender status, and this led to his punishment from jail time to probation and mandatory therapy. Now, if you haven't been following this story, I'm going to give you a quick refresher here.
Let's do it.
2 teen girls identified in court paperwork as LS and KS had dated Butler at different times in 2024. And look, the high school baseball player, he came off as the perfect boyfriend, according to the families. But behind closed doors, he was apparently a monster who didn't understand the word no. Police affidavits provide graphic details of Butler's alleged predatory nature. For example, LS reported that Butler tried to rape her in his car outside of an ice cream shop, but thankfully a woman who heard her screaming interrupted them. The affidavit reads, LS reported she yelled and told him no repeatedly and tried to push him off of her, but was unable to overpower him. LS reported Butler told her he was sorry for what he had to do, but he had to do it.
Whoa. So the important question I would ask automatically, did she go back? After that incident, that particular incident where he said, I gotta do it, I'm sorry, did she go back to him?
Then, when he finally took her back to her car, he reportedly tried to rape her again. Quote, LS told Butler she needed to get home, but Butler pulled her on top of him and told her, you're not going until I'm finished. And to add to this, Ellis's family released photos of injuries they say Butler caused. Now let's talk about KS, who apparently...
So he didn't... I think I imagine. So he rapes in the car, but he probably don't finish. He kicking and screaming or something. But then, dang, we're trying to be unbiased here, people. I just want y'all to know that. So I'm thinking like, spur of the moment, both sides. So they in the car, he raping. Then he let her up. Now, these are little kids, right? Are under 18, so I'm assuming maybe she didn't know what to do. Like, I don't want to think of like, oh, she's 30, and she like, get off of me, and she run. So it's possible that she's a teen. She's like, what just happened? I know this guy. He's on a baseball team. We go to school together. He just did this, and she's trying to compute all this in her 16, 17, 18-year-old brain, or 17-year-old brain, whatever. And he's like, let me walk you back to my car. So he's probably like, because he's like apologetic about it. It's kind of like, you know, women a woman could be sexually assaulted like that, or this could happen. And they'll be like they wouldn't know how to feel about it. There's a chance that if a woman is graped, they say on YouTube, God, I hate that. We just can't call it what it is. But when they say a woman is graped, sometimes things happen. Like that woman might orgasm. Like, it's out of their control. It's like a man, no matter how much you don't want it, if they sit there like, done, that man like, no, eventually, like, the body probably gonna just come. Then you're gonna be like, damn, did that mean I like it? like I orgasmed. Does that mean that like I actually did want it? Like the rapist was saying? And the answer is no. It's not. It's a bodily function. That don't mean you did that or you wanted it. So this little girl might have been confused, like, oh my gosh, you did this, and we were texting all this stuff, and did I do this? Like he told me he really liked me, he thought I was hot, and he's attracted to me. Like, should I have known? So she might be going through all this, and then he takes her to the car, and then he's like, I want it more. Like I need to finish. Was he on drugs? That's just a weird thing. Like, oh nah, you gonna let me? And then it could have been that she was so nice and like letting him walk him back to the car and like confused that he like, oh maybe she did like it. That like predator prey. That like this is a sick mentality. It's a sick dynamic that's going.
Apparently started dating Butler after he had this relationship with LS. She reported that Butler physically and sexually assaulted her multiple times during their relationship. And an affidavit related to her case reads, quote, KS explained she learned what to do and not to do to avoid being hurt by Butler. According to KS, Butler would pin her down and she was physically unable to get him off of her. KS stated this would often lead her to hyperventilate, which Butler thought was funny.
So he had two girls that's hyperventilating. And maybe there's like a high school dynamic. Maybe he's a popular kid. His parents got money and he like, they're never going to believe you. Both of them pretty much had the same story. And she said multiple times. So she went back, age-old abuse thing that's going on. Like this, and he's not, I don't know how the girls look, but he was going through acne and everything. Like,
according to the affidavit, Butler also strangled KS for so long that she eventually passed out. She reported she woke up on the floor of the living room in a home where she was house sitting. She claims Butler was livid that she wouldn't have sex with him in someone else's home, so she claims he raped her instead. And to give you an idea of what we're talking about, there was a victim impact statement that was read on behalf of one of these victims in court during Butler's no contest plea earlier this year, and it reads in part, quote, I will never forget the night you strangled me unconscious because I said no. That moment changed my life. A medical professional later told me that I was just 30 seconds away from dying. 30 seconds. If you had kept your hands on my neck just a little longer, I wouldn't be standing here today. That wasn't just a scare. It was a near-death experience. You didn't just hurt me. You nearly killed me. And now we have to talk about this brand new information about how Butler reacted when he realized he was about to be exposed. Because according to an arrest report, the girls reported what had happened to them to a principal in September of 2024, who then got the school resource officer involved. Now, true crime content creator Justin Shepard of Just in the Nick of Crime, who we've had on the program before, says he received a screenshot of a text message exchange between Butler and one of the victims from a family member. And the messages allegedly sent by Butler seem to show him in a state of panic. Quote, I know I ruined your life and I'm so sorry, but redacted, please, I'm begging you to convince her not to go to the principal, please. If you did love me at all, please, I could lose everything. Please, redacted, I'm scared. I know what I did to you was awful. Everything about me is. And I'm sorry for everything. Hopefully one day you can forgive me. From the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. Please say something.
Wow. He basically admitted to everything and he's still saying, I'm sorry. Just like he said on that night, oh, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, but I got to do it. Yo, this kid is a psychopath.
But the allegations were reported and an investigation did get underway. In fact, one of the victims was apparently granted an emergency protective order, or EPO, against Butler.
He got to switch schools.
They still both attended the same school, but there were restrictions on the interactions that Butler could have with her. But according to police files, a detective who was meeting with the victim and her mom about something else learned that Butler had apparently been violating the EPO. The report says, quote, Redacted reported she felt intimidated and harassed by Jesse Butler due to continued unnecessary contact with him at her school. Redacted stated Butler had not tried to verbally interact with her, but he appeared to insert himself in locations he knew she would be at.
Redacted stated this typically occurred in the parking lot of Stillwater High School, and while walking into the school, Redacted made the reference report in September 2024 and also obtained an emergency protective order against Butler. It was obtained 9/26/2024. Butler was served the EPO and appeared in court for a hearing on January 6, 2025. The EPO is currently in place. Oh.
What happens a month later, in March, the detective went to the Butler home in Stillwater
It's
to
a nice
take
little
Butler,
home.
who was then 17, into custody. And an arrest report from Stillwater detective Rachel Bruce reads, quote, on March 4th, 2025, I obtained an arrest warrant for Jesse Mack Butler in regard to this case.
In regard to this case, he reads too slow sometimes, Jesse. I love you, though. Detective Droscher, SRO Knowles, and I went to Butler's home and knocked on the door. After several knocks, no one came to the door. As we walked away from the door, an adult female pulled into the driveway in a black SUV. She identified herself as Jesse's mother. I advised her of the arrest warrant, and she agreed to turn her son over to us. So was he there?
To turn her.
I'm Detective Bruce with the Stillwater Police Department. We're here because we have a warrant for Jesse's arrest. I assume you know that already. Okay, is he here?
Yes.
Okay.
I told him not to answer the door till I got home. He's scared to death, so.
So here's what's gonna
And he's under 18 at the time, so I believe, so she could do that.
happen. Like, we're gonna take him into custody. His bond is $25,000.
Okay.
Once he gets to the jail and we get him booked in, well, I guess on the way to the jail, I guess you could contact a bondsman.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you have 25 grand lying around, you can do that. But if you contact a bondsman, then they can post his bond and he can get right out today.
Okay.
So, and
Like,
during
what kind of time frame does that look like? Just out of curiosity, like midnight tonight or an hour?
Like, you can contact a bondsman and
yeah,
it'll
I'm
be like an
best
hour and a
friends
half
with
or something.
Andy Baker, I'm sure y'all know
Yeah.
Andy.
So
She's the one that told me.
it's a pretty quick process.
Okay.
We just like have to get him booked in.
Okay.
And then once he's booked in,
Okay.
And just so you know, he is a juvenile, so he won't be like with any adults. Like he can't be housed with any adults.
Okay.
So there is a chance that he may be moved over to Payne County, but for right now, depending on how long it takes you to get with her and get bond
I'll
set
call
up,
her right back. So
then he'll probably just be at our facility at the city of Stillwater.
Okay.
And she can
whose
come
call
over there.
is that?
It just like we can only hold him for 6 hours.
Oh, okay. So if I get it done now, we're good.
Yeah.
He's not going to be moved.
No.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. The only big holdup is if we have somebody else in the jail because we can't have them intermingle. Like if they're booking somebody in, it could hold us up like maybe 15, 20 minutes, something like that. But it's not going to be a long thing generally.
We're ready to obviously tell our story too.
Yeah.
Jess, it's Mom. Open the
You got a story, Mom? You were there with the young girls? You got a story?
door. Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what? They're in the car. Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you.
This big ass baby. Look, he want to try to draw some tears out right now. Y'all believe this? Put in the comment right now if you believe his tears.
Handcuffs. So turn around for me.
He can't even cry. Psychopaths don't cry.
You know we're doing this. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get you out. For me? All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayer.
I want to know what Dad got to say about this.
Okay, so he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do.
Yep.
Make sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not a county.
Yeah.
Water Police Department on Lewis.
Yeah.
Let them know that we're the ones that picked him up.
And when you say we are
Stillwater PD.
Stillwater PD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they don't think he went like straight over and over the county.
The neighbor's going to see this now. The neighbor's going to be talking about this for months.
For the child.
Years, bro.
Pat you down. Spread your feet for me. Nothing in your socks.
So Butler's mother, Jackie, has a question about her son's phone. And I will tell you the answer is interesting considering what we know about some of the allegations against the teen. Take a listen.
What about his phone?
So that's going to remain at the police department as evidence. So we'll hang on to it through the duration of
They got him a new phone, but he already got the other phone.
whatever happens with the case.
Okay.
Generally, once the case is adjudicated, then we'll be able to release it, but we can't until it's over with.
Well,
Normally.
his phone cannot be released.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of stuff that's on it.
Did he have an ID
so-
or anything?
Now, here's the thing. It's possible that the content of the phone that the detective is referring to is, in fact, these
Porn.
videos of Butler strangling one of his girlfriends.
So even if they not gonna let him, because that's the other girls on there, and they don't want to be on there, so they probably gonna search his iCloud.
One of the affidavits reads, KS stated Butler told her he wanted to strangle her so he could film it on his phone. Now, the filing goes on to say that investigators did indeed find those images on Butler's device. And once Butler was in the back seat, Detective Bruce had one of the other officers grab the arrest warrant out of her car while she spoke with Jackie, who arguably gets a little snippy about her son being arrested.
Yeah, and I actually have a copy of the warrant, so I'll give that to you.
I'll just take his ID with me and that way I'll give it to the detention staff.
Yeah, I can get it out. It's a little shaky.
Here, thanks, man.
24 Central. 10:15.
So my attorney told the police
Oh, my bad.
that we would bring him in. Did you not get that message?
I did, and I called back, and I never got a call back from him.
When did you call him? Because he's called you several times too, he said.
I've only had one voicemail from him, and I called him back after that. Sorry, I'm trying to get you a copy of this warrant. And I haven't received anything from him, so other than that one phone call.
Oh, the neighbors came out. She like, these people in my business. We were the perfect family. We're the Joneses on the block. Now he asking like, something happened. She about to say, something happened, Karen?
And that was several months ago. Probably like
You didn't tell him you were doing this today.
probably his.
We ain't
the
got to
attorney?
tell you.
Yeah.
No. There would be no reason for me to tell him.
But he left you several messages about Jesse.
Look,
He left me one message, and I returned his call, and he didn't call me back. So that I took that generally. That's I don't want my client to talk to you. So when I return the message, and then it's not, he doesn't make any effort to call me back. That's kind of what I have to go with.
look, that is Karen and Susan. This is her drinking buddy. She probably been drinking already. That's why she got glasses on. They housewives, no job. They just home. I'm telling you.
Oh, this is just a copy, but you can have that. Okay. So it has the charges listed and the bond and the case on there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Let's go back to Butler. So he was mostly quiet on the ride to the police station to be processed, and the camera footage from inside the patrol car shows him handcuffed in the back. Once they got there, though, an adult suspect's inside, so they have to wait. Now, someone comes out to get Butler's information to speed up the process, and the officer makes small talk with him until it's time to go inside.
How tall are you? Wait. You know your social security number? Yeah, you're right. What's that?
I don't know if I knew mine at
What
17.
state you were born in? Okay, sit tight for a minute.
Try to take this seatbelt off, and if you kind of want to sit sideways, whatever's more comfortable for you. Even if you have to sit your legs out. That a little better? Okay. And if you want to lean back, or I mean, whatever is the most comfortable, I'll try to Usually we have an adult in there and you guys can't be around each other. Otherwise, we'd be able to walk right in. Is he?
He started off and then
What are you saying? Hold on.
things after him. He's a freshman.
Oh, probably, yeah. I wasn't sure if he was going to pitch or not this year. I know originally that was the plan, but I think he told the coach, he was like, I don't even want to pitch.
Oh, so the officer probably knows. It's probably a small town.
Well, I know he got PO'd and then the coaches and talked on too good for that. It's not
To be POs, yeah. He's a good little baller, but
yeah, he made some great play in third yesterday.
yeah. I'm just kind of surprised he was playing third. I texted my wife and I was like, why is he playing third? He's never played third his whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we need him in the outfield because he
Had an off day.
he's a PO. And they put him in the outfield.
I guess, can you hide people a little bit better out there maybe, or?
Tried to, but I asked, there's a pop-up to him, what he got instead of the inning, when I scored a run. I asked how close he was to catching it, and he said, he was pretty close. He said, if it was a regular outfielder out there, would he have caught it? He said, yeah.
He's having small talk.
I'll leave your ID in there with them, so just don't forget it whenever you leave. They should have it in a bag for you.
What y'all thinking so far? Did he do it? He seemed a little guilty.
Who?
Candy, the bondsman. I guess she knows Candy Baker.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna come up and. So they may get done before we get in there, depending on how long this takes.
So everybody know each other. This is a small town. The neighbor came from across the street. The cop knows the school he played for, at least, or the kids. He's watching them, and like Candy Baker's the bondswoman, and they know her too.
Go in there, it's just fingerprint and picture.
Yeah. And you're a juvenile, they're not going to put you in jailbirds or anything.
What the hell is jailbird?
I'm going to shut my car off so we don't die. Huh?
Mr. David?
Yeah, this is, well, that's an older one. Supposed to get a new unit, I think, in May. Yeah, this thing is old and it stinks. Like, I think this foam, it smells like a dirty armpit. Looked like a UPS truck inside. It was terrible. Wrecked his, and it was probably one of the better units at the time. So, huh? Okay. Yeah, just put up. Kind of an awkward spot.
Now, Butler was released soon after his arrest on a reported $25,000 bond. This is according to court paperwork. He ended up facing 11 total charges, 2 counts of attempted rape in the first degree, 3 counts of rape by instrumentation, sexual battery, forcible oral sodomy, domestic assault and battery, and 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation. There was also an 11th charge for violating the protective order that we talked about.
And I don't even think that these charges are going to deter this kid. Like, he attempted rape, 2 counts, rape by instrument. He stuck something else in them. Forced oral sodomy, domestic assault and battery by strangulation. And some of these he had on video. He had the strangulation on video, and they still gave him parole.
By instrumentation, sexual battery, force for all of those felonies added up to a reported 78 years in prison. But in an unexpected 180, the court agreed to grant Butler youthful offender status. So instead of going to prison, Butler ended up going home. Instructions on how to complete counseling and community service requirements. We're talking about probation here. Now, the change in punishment sent shockwaves throughout the community. It devastated the 2 girls who had gone to school officials to report what Butler had done to them. A mother of one of the victims told the outlet Tulsa World that the families were completely against youthful offender status from the very beginning of the case, and said that it was their understanding that the prosecutor trying the case wouldn't even accept a deal like that. There have been calls for the judge who approved Butler's deal, Judge Susan Worthington, to be reprimanded or removed for okaying this.
She probably knew. Look, she probably from there. She probably knew them too. She probably knew the parents. Somebody investigate her with the parents. God, she got some broad shoulders. That's crazy.
And a couple weeks ago, On the Case's Chris Stewart spoke with Texas Judge Brandon Birmingham about this case, the claims of corruption, the impact, the outrage from the community can have on everybody.
You know, as a judge, every decision you make, you're going to disappoint precisely half of the people that are looking back at you, and sometimes everybody. And so what you have to do is fall back on what your role is as a judge. And we are process followers. We make sure that the process is followed. We also make sure that everybody stays within their roles. And so that is procedural justice, procedural due process. And so we have to adhere to that. The public outrage is going to come.
But don't the judge have like, I know in some cases I've seen the judge could be like, no, I'm not accepting this. Like, nah, he facing life and y'all want to give him 2 years. No, I'm not, no, try something else. I've seen that before, but I don't know. Judges, different states.
We're not here to be popular. We're here to be stewards of the law. I think that, you know, there's accountability for that too, in the sense that the decisions we make, we are not the end all be all. If there is something untoward that's gone on in any given case, there's a process in place, a review process. We answer, unlike the Supreme Court justices of the United States, you know, we do have a reviewing body that looks at whether we did something that was outside of our processes. And we have to be held accountable for that, and we should be. There should be a transparency. I guess the line is that we could never be held accountable for a decision that we make within the realm of discretion. We can always be held accountable for decisions we make that are outside of that process, outside of.
So she could have like said, hey, this is inappropriate, but it's not wrong if she say, okay, cool, y'all agree on this, both you and that. Like the prosecution agreed on it. Like it's not like the defense just threw it out there. The prosecution say, oh, I think this is good too. Okay, so if you think it's good and they think it's good, well, hey, why? Now if the family like, nah, we shouldn't do it, this should be something. If all the families unanimously say we don't do it, please don't do this, then the state should be, especially the state, the prosecution should definitely do what's in the best interest of the family.
The law, whether it's ex parte communications, you know, bribery, things like that, you know, that is where we can be held accountable. We can be held to answer for that. I think we're seeing now, you know, there's a call for an investigation, I think, into some of, you know, what caused this plea to happen in Oklahoma. And I would hope that to the extent that it can be transparent and accessible to the public, that, and I'm sure everybody involved is going to take that responsibility very seriously and justify why they did it, or at least make sure that there was nothing outside of that zone of discretion that played into this.
If so she knew Butler's exact treatment plan. That is sealed in the court record. I will say, USA Today reports that the district attorney's office released this statement, that the youthful offender sentence that was imposed against Jesse Butler requires him to complete his rehabilitation plan successfully, including an aggressive schedule of therapy with a specialist in sex offender treatment. And should he fail, he faces reclassification as an adult and a sentence of 10 years in prison. And that's all we have for you right now here on.
That's it. So if he fails, which I think he might fail. This kid, like, he might fail, like he's too arrogant not to. He gonna kill somebody. If everything's true, if it's not, then I hope he lives the rest of his life good and get many blessings. And these girls that blamed him for this, and some teenage, oh, well, let's blame him together. Let's do a pact, a rape pact against him. Then they're gonna get their just due too. But if not, and we're assuming that he did this, wow, he gonna kill somebody. This dude looks like a thumb. He faced 80 years in prison, but received only counseling or probation. That judge should be disbarred. Agreed, but I doubt probation will stand, as he's a predator and won't stop. The horror judge has just enabled him to be a serial killer. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. The horror is that the judge had just enabled him to be a serial killer. He gonna be too afraid for the next girl to escape and go tell. He ain't taking enough chances. These two girls just came together. Now he gonna have to kill you to shut you up. Why didn't the hospital report the assault if it almost killed her? He got a slap on the wrist. That's a good question too. Yes, we should all know the judge's name. As far as I'm concerned, the story buries that lead. The hospital reported the death of baby, and they got in trouble for it. Our country's law surrounding privilege is broken. Yeah, they might have said, we're gonna do it, we'll do it. I don't know. Probably a friend to the family or in their social circle. There, I can't say that. They're getting sued by Alexia, and a lot of the evidence in her criminal trial is in jeopardy because of doctor-patient privileges. Hopefully, they might make it and sue the parents or him for defamation or something. You know, like OJ, he got away with the murder, but they took all his money in court. He'll get through this probation because he's way too afraid to face any jail time. He should have been held accountable the first time by his judge, and that's the problem with the court system now. Everyone gets off with no consequence. Yeah, Chicago, they go shooting people up, and they seem to get out in 3 to 4 years until they kill somebody. They're like, oh, okay, come on. You ain't killed nobody, so we're going to let you back out on Chicago. We're going to let you back out in Chirac. Kill or be killed. Either you become a millionaire rapper talking about the deaths, or you get killed. And still get killed after you become a rapper. Most of the articles that talk about this case mention her needing surgery. There's also a picture that I've seen of her in the hospital. She may have waited until after she reported, but that means that the media is exaggerating her injury. I don't think the media is exaggerating her injuries. I don't think the judge deserves as much blame as they're getting. The prosecution has a bit of influence. So yeah, and where were the adults that could have stopped this along the way? Yeah, the girl going back, she didn't tell her mother, her dad. She went back multiple times. And multiple abuse shit, like they recorded one day. But once again, these young girls, I don't even know their age. He just turned 18. So maybe they 15, 16. They don't want to ruin it. Their social circle. I don't know. Unless another girl come out. If he 18 now and another girl say, yeah, he did this to me too. 2 years ago, boom. Got him. He shouldn't have been prosecuted at 17 years old. He was 17. I'd love to hear your logic on how that disbarment worthy. Sure, probably shouldn't have ruled it but where's it called? What? I mean, yeah, but he's prosecuted. They can prosecute him, but he chose to give him the youthful offender. Like, hey, put you in this program. Like, oh, what you do? You murder somebody? Oh, you raped these 3 women, these 2 women, these little girls. Oh, but you ain't know no better. You were 17, so let's give you this. That's a status. They didn't have to. It's not like he automatically get it at 17 because he's 17. He get that status. That's like a separate thing. He's not going to stop. Nope, I don't think so. Now that he knows he would just get probation, if someone cut, yeah, that's true too. He had no choice. Classic mother enabler. I hate women like this. I was abused for 17 years while my ex's mother sat by and watched and swore he was an angel. But why did you stay, young girl? 17 years while your ex's mother. Why did you stay? Can I, with all due respect, why did you stay for 17 years? Yeah. Sounds like my ex-mother. Thankful I didn't get stuck as long as you did. Did she reply? I believe it. My mom went through it for 30 years. These women, sometimes, woman love is like no other. You see that woman still love her son no matter what he did. 17 years, who was the enabler? That's true. See, it's truth and everything. That's hard truth. You want to talk about her, but you were with her for 17 years. I see. I don't like. It's like you can't blame the victim. You can't blame those little girls. But if you were grown, 17 years, you ain't get out. You ain't do nothing. You ain't recorded and just go in. Nah, I'm fighting back this time. Like on some J-Lo, like enough. And you just learn how to box and get ready for him to come back. Like you ain't do that. Lies and play as victim never stop. Why'd you put up that for 17 years? She probably thought you were okay or even liked it. Yeah. She ain't reply back to that one. She probably gonna leave that one alone. Mental manipulation, yeah. These sunglasses said everything I need to know about him. That's what I said. Let me know what y'all think, though. This is nasty. Don't forget he got away with this. Zero punish it. Mom is snippy because she knows her family's privilege. It was proven. He know. How would you feel if your ex blatantly accused you? The guy confessed to the crime and he was convicted. He had videos in his phone. He was. It wasn't. This is not allegedly. I wager mommy boy has been the crap for years. What privilege do they have? Is his family police? Are they rich? I don't know, but she said, you know us. She told the cop, yeah, you know who we are. Yeah, we know Candy. Like everybody knew each other. If you watch the video, you see the police knew him, the school, like it was a small town. It gotta be. Look like they have money. Civil court. Yep. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dweller. Is this justice? And do you think that this young boy is going to eventually just get worse and probably... Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dwellers. Like, share, subscribe, all that. This is The Cave, where we tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help you, God.